Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about the top 5 changes coming in Season 2 for DMZ in Modern Warfare 2. Now, the first one is kind of no surprise, the enemy tuning and balancing for AI, and especially their spawns and how they act in the game. So a lot of people, including myself, had trouble getting one-shotted or shot across the map from AI that were ages away, or spawning a ridiculous amount of AI in situations where it wasn't really warranted, especially when you're doing like small missions or just running around the map and then the whole AI go crazy. And I get it, it's supposed to be a demilitarized zone and there's going to be AI there. A lot of people feel like the AI were too strong and too armored, especially early in the game when you may not have the loot you need to take them out. So the difficulty of the AI and the amount that spawn on the map at any given time are going to be looked at and balanced accordingly to what they think is more accurate. Next one is the spawn points. So this is for your actual squad spawns. I think there's about 22 teams on the map at any given time, which is pretty small compared to what you think about Rebirth Island back in the day. The spawn points were kind of dirty. There were a couple where you could shoot at the enemy team as soon as you spawned in. So if you already had good loot, like a 3-plate and a decent sniper rifle, you could probably pick them off before they had a chance to get to a building, especially down in the docks and the bay area. That one was super dirty. I used that quite a few times and it was fun. But at the same time, Activision want to give people a chance to get some loot and get started in their game before they actually get into engagements, and I get that. The spawn points for squads will be looked at and hopefully changed and tuned up a little bit. I know they've already had to do a couple before the Season 2 update, but they may look at doing a whole remap of where you spawn. The next one is faction missions. Okay, so the faction missions, a lot of people found them too hard, and from their data that they have, it suggests that a lot of people aren't doing the faction missions past sort of like tier 2, tier 3 because they're too time consuming and hard. They just want to get in and play the game. To be completely honest, faction missions only unlock you another insured slot, which is very awesome. However, if there was better benefits like being able to store backpacks and 3-plate vests that you can exfil with, have extras, and then have a like insured slot for them, so that would be very awesome. Or a kill streak, or more stuff. You can hold more contraband that we're not currently allowed to take out of the game and keep. Which would be sort of broken as well, but like if that was balanced. I myself have not completed all the contraband missions yet, just because I don't have the time to do all these sort of like annoying missions. Like tier 5, tier 4 are really ridiculous when you think about it. I've had friends that have completed the whole lot and they said it was time consuming, borderline, they didn't want to do it. So hopefully they adjust these accordingly and make them somewhat easier, as well as keeping, maybe tier 5 harder for those really hardcore gamers. Number 4 is they're addressing the crashes and disconnections they've had from DMZ for players. Now, for the most part here in Australia, I haven't had that problem. I've had some lag. I've had some discrepancies as far as like my inventory not being saved when I exfil, just because of internet connection issues. And I've also had a lot of errors when it comes to trying to load into a game. I find I'm having to reset my game all the time, especially when it comes to audio between different consoles for the cross-gen, cross-platform play, and also just loading in my inventory every time I jump on. I have to reset my game, and hopefully that's something they address, but also looking at people getting kicked off the server for some reason. Hello. Disconnections were a big issue, I found, not for myself, but other players, especially on different consoles in different countries. New Zealand, I have a friend that plays in New Zealand. He disconnects all the time. Like mid-game, no warning, no nothing. He just gets disconnected from DMZ. So hopefully this fixes that problem. I don't know if it's more prominent in America servers or, if it's just Oceania. So hopefully they get to the bottom of that and can fix those issues. Number 5 is probably the biggest change we're going to see in Season 2. Now, similar to Escape from Tarkov, they want to do a full reset, essentially, every season, which means that all of your faction missions are going to get reset, all of your keys are going to get deleted, all of your contraband is going to get deleted. And you have to start from scratch, which I am opposed to. I feel like a lot of people worked very hard to get some of the contraband they have and stowed away for, cool games and gameplay, and a lot of that Building 21 loot was really awesome, especially that grenade launcher and some other stuff and keys. So I feel like people worked very hard and grinded so much to get the loot and the contraband they have, and now it's going to be a reset. And, saving keys is a great way to, have them for a rainy day, and sometimes you have to collect a multitude of keys before you can actually get into certain locked up places, so I understand that completely. And as far as your faction missions, I haven't even completed mine yet, so I'm not going to bother doing it if it's going to reset in Season 2. And you'll find with a lot of sort of casual players, I don't see a lot of them finishing the faction missions anyway. So it's more so a bad thing for the hardcore DMZ players that really get into it. A lot of the big names in DMZ, and I really don't like that. If in the reset, I wish it would instead of reset, just stack the faction benefits on top of each other for each season. So for this season, you get 2 additional insured slots, and maybe if they in season 2 gave you an insured slot for say plate carriers and also like backpacks and stuff like that, all the things that are essential to getting yourself to a point where you can actually go and fight squads confidently and not be undergeared to versing them. So that's it, guys. That's the top 5 changes that are coming to DMZ in Season 2 for Modern Warfare 2. Let me know what you think about these changes in the comment section down below. And hopefully when they actually drop the further blog post, it's going to explain all these changes in depth. We can do an update video and go through and discuss everything that's going to be happening. This is just borderline stuff they've told us. This is not set in stone. But hopefully they don't do the full reset. But if they do, it's just we're going to have to deal with it. So... alright guys, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.
We all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it, how you gonna move for it, what you gonna be, and do you believe you can do anything?